And I said to you, if you turned it in Wednesday or Thursday, I promise you, you will get it back when you come to the exam. But I am equally happy to have you turn that in at dead day on Saturday.
Question.
Equally happy.
Question for Dean.
And I still may be able to get them back to you, but I'm not promising. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Can you flip on Dean mode for 1 second? Okay. I am leaving town Friday, and I will be back Saturday, but I have a few hours of detention. If I'm late to dead day
we need to
detention...
talk about that later. That's
Okay.
the bigger conversation.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. So that's projects. I've talked to virtually all of you
Except Alex.
about what it is you're doing for your project. Okay? And they all sound very intriguing. And I'm excited about what we're going to get, and I'm excited about sharing them when we get back next semester, which segues beautifully into my next point. This is basically one semester course that you can take 2 semesters, but no, you can't be exempt from the final. Okay? Some of you are leaving us at the end of this
I
semester.
refuse.
Okay? Others of people in the world are going to be joining us. It doesn't have to be on me all the time.
I don't want it on me.
Here,
So-
Ben, you want to phone in?
So, some of you will be leaving us, and other people will be joining us. And God, and I think that those of you who are
Just put it on
leaving
Tara.
have spoken to me almost uniformly about wanting to stay. Okay? I can make you no promises, but I am working on finding out who is not coming back. Okay? So, if, by my estimations, there are 4 people who are supposed to be leaving, and there are 4 people who are supposed to be coming in. I have made contact with 3 of those 4 people right now, and I think 2 of them are definitely not coming back. One of them is definitely coming back, or is definitely coming in. Okay? So, I think there's a chance that we can get some of you in, but maybe not all of you. Okay? So, if you are one of those people who are supposed to be leaving, and you're not sure that I know, and you're not sure that I know you want to stay, make a point of telling me that you do want to stay. If you're one of those people, Alex, Jilly, Kirsty, and Tony. Okay.
Oh, not you.
All right. Those are my 4 who are supposed to be. So I think I know how you all feel.
I think Tara told me she wanted to leave. She didn't like this class.
Okay, yeah, and if somebody wants to leave, people want your spot.
I'm out.
So
Wait,
you still have to take the time.
Who's
Okay.
definitely
Who's the person that really wants to?
Kindle probably.
I'm not telling.
I bet
I'm
it's
not
Kindle.
good because nobody's gonna go out there and attack them.
I bet it's
What if we
Kindle.
don't want any new people?
Alex.
You don't have that choice.
I was
Okay.
gonna-
All right,
Can we
but
vote?
there's a chance that I'm feeling kind of positive that I can maybe make it happen. Okay. Okay. All right. But it was probably going to go in the order that you spoke to me.
I don't know
Okay.
what the order is.
Well, I'm not telling you either.
Oh, Kelly knows. Kelly's not here.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
missing Kelly, we just realized.
Kelly's not here. Hi, Kelly.
I
Okay.
forgot about you.
Those are the points that we needed to make. Okay. Now what I would like to do is, before we move on, I'm going to close this so we can come on to Spring Awakening after this. I want to talk about the Laramie Project, which I do feel exceedingly bad having not told you all to go see. But I'm glad you did. Okay? So,
What'd you think?
Abby didn't see it. Who else didn't see
I
it?
did not see it. I didn't see the first half.
You didn't see the first half.
I
And
didn't
we have
see
some
the
people that
second
missed
half.
the second half. Okay. All right. So, people, what'd you think of the Laramie Project? I don't really care about the production. I'm not really concerned with how the production was.
That it was awesome.
That's really not my concern. Okay? But I'm talking about the play as a whole.
The whole time I was thinking it was very pertinent.
Really?
Yeah.
What, anything in particular bring that up for you? And it was a very good production, by the way. I'm not a big pat you on the back for telling you you did a good job
No,
in
you're not.
theater.
You still did
Because
a
I
good
really
job
don't
in
really
sound and
believe that
music,
necessarily
and
you
it's
need
really
that. Because you know
affected
what?
our
Honestly, I hated that all the time. People, because I was like, you know what?
God,
I don't really
hated being
care.
praised for being
I don't really,
awesome.
but it's
It's
true.
because he already knew
I don't
he was
really
awesome.
care. I was like, you know what? I don't really care if you thought it was good or if you
I
didn't
don't
think it was
care
good,
if you
but
like it or not.
did it make you think? That's really kind of all I really care about. And
Makes sense.
You know,
Everyone likes to get praise sometimes.
Yeah,
He
well,
doesn't.
I thought
they
it
can get it
brought,
from other people.
I thought it brought some interesting.
Even if it's a great play, like you still have to do a production that like translates the play on
In one-
stage
yeah,
in a way
absolutely
that
correct.
makes
I thought it
happen.
brought some interesting viewpoints other than like the sort of pro-gay, pro sort of equal rights thing. Like more understanding in depth of like why people believe what they believe, sort of.
Because they say in the beginning that you'll hear viewpoints that you don't agree with,
Like the
no matter what
traffic
side
cop's
you're on.
wife. I thought that was a particularly strong one.
It felt particularly like, I don't know, it made it a lot better for me knowing that it was all real. It all came from real tapes and recordings of things. And like, I mean, 'cause sometimes I felt like, you know, that's pretty stereotypical, but knowing that, you know, these people actually said this stuff, I mean, then, you know, it just felt more real. Like I couldn't doubt.
Let you know that stereotypes come from a place.
Right.
Ashton said to me, because we brought Ashton and Duncan, which I did very, very intentionally, and did it for two reasons. One, because they had a show last night, and so I knew that if I took Duncan into that theater, as soon as those lights went out, he'd go out, and so I needed him to take we knew we needed him to take a nap. So that was sort of the reason
Does he
for
sleep
for
past
Duncan.
2 or
He
monologues?
slept through the whole thing.
That's good.
He heard like the first 10 minutes, and that was it. Which was, but even if he had stayed awake, I still would have brought him. Ashton, somebody had asked me last week. They were like, "Are you going to take Ashton?" And I was like, "Yes, my 9-year-old is more than capable of understanding this play." And what he said to me yesterday, the only thing he did not understand in the play was what consecutive life terms meant. That
I
was
didn't know
that was the only thing he didn't understand in the entire thing.
I don't know what that
That was a
means.
difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Burford had to explain that to us.
Okay. Well, see.
I have a
But
question
that's an
about
important.
that,
But that's
actually.
so. What it means basically, a consecutive. You get a life term, and basically a life term can mean life, but you can still get parole, and sometimes it usually translates to about 60, 65 years. So there's a chance that you can get out in a life term. But if you serve them instead of concurrently, which means you serve both of them together, if you serve them consecutively, you're never getting out.
You're in
Okay.
for the
Yeah.
That is the real
You
life.
get out of one,
It's
you
like-
have to just
Tara,
Right.
She's out for a few
Okay,
days.
so if you serve them concurrently, they're like being served at the same time. But that was the only thing he didn't understand. But what he said to us afterwards is he said, "This is exactly what we're studying in class." And I was like, I was like, "Really? What are you studying?" And he said, "Well, we're studying civil rights, and we just watched Rosa Parks and the KKK." He said, "This is just like the KKK." And then went on through this
In the KKK.
entire conversation
What?
about civil rights and how to him this was the same thing, which in some ways may have been misguided, in some ways was not, and was still looking at it through the eyes of a 9-year-old. But how interesting that a 9-year-old can make that connection. And this is, and yes, but you know what I was going to say. Let's not go there because I don't necessarily think that's true. But he is, and maybe it's that he's being taught well. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, he saw it that way, and the fact that he was able to see it that way, I think, speaks loads about the play as a whole. I too thought it was exceedingly pertinent to the culture of our world.
Indeed.
I did go. I will also tell you that I wanted to do this show 2001
Years ago?
maybe.
Just kidding.
Can't remember when I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it the year the diversity statement came out. It was the same thing, and it was accidental. Those two things had nothing to do with each other. I just had a cast that I knew I had the cast to pull it off, and it was just the timing was not right to do it. And I said if I don't do it this year, then I don't know when we'll do it because I won't have the cast. I can tell you, looking at what I have coming up, I don't have the cast for the show.
Is that how you do things?
Absolutely. And so it was nice to see